Next here at 5, the chaos and how it played out inside Toledo's last standing mall. People running, people screaming. Tonight, we've got team coverage of the response, the reaction, and what some say is the remedy. Our Michael Sandlin talks safety with Toledo City Councilman who oversees the district where the mall sits. Dan Cummins joining us, breaking down the body cam footage that we got today from Toledo Police. And Laura Sandlin talked with shoppers today, seeing where their heads are with all of this, and she got some surprising responses. We'll share those with you in just a moment. But we're going to start with Michael Sandlin. He kicks off our team coverage of this incident tonight. And Michael, as we join you, we want to get up to speed with the very latest on what do we know about the people who were shot last night.
Well, Jeff, there's still no word yet on the 15-year-old victim who was shot in the leg, but the 16-year-old suspect who was also shot in the leg has been charged with felonious assault, carrying a concealed weapon, and inducing panic. And tonight, TPD is giving us a better look at this suspect. Take a look at this video. In the minutes following the shooting, the 16-year-old can be seen retreating down the aisle of the Dick's Sporting Goods with officers in pursuit. You'll notice that the suspect is blurred. It's our policy to protect the identity of adolescents until they're charged as adults. Now, he was able to elude officers in the parking lot at first, but he was arrested a short time later, and WTOL 11's cameras were rolling as he was put into the ambulance. Now, Toledo City Councilman Sam Meldon is sharing his reaction to the violence. The mall is in his district, and it's not the first time he's had to share his thoughts on a shooting there. The last time was in November outside of Dave & Buster's. The councilman says this isn't a security issue, it's a failure of public policy.
We live in a country with more guns than human beings, and we live in a state that has some of the most unrestrictive or open gun laws, that you could possibly have. And so when federal and state leaders are okay with a gun in the hand of anyone, then you can't realistically expect for them not to get in the hands of people that shouldn't have them, like children.
We've also received a statement from leaders with the Franklin Park Mall, writing in part, "The safety of our guests, tenants, and employees is the highest priority of Franklin Park Mall. We thank Toledo Police for their swift and thorough response to yesterday's isolated incident. We continue to work in tandem with TPD to ensure every proactive measure available is being taken." Reporting in West Toledo, I'm Michael Sandlin for WTOL 11.
You can hear it, you can see it. We're getting a first look at the body cam video, the moments after those shots rang out in that crowded Franklin Park Mall last night, and the terror, including panic and chaos. Dan Cummins has been reviewing the video, joins us now live in studio with a breakdown of exactly what happened during these frightening events. Dan?
Jeff, from the body cam video, all seemed well and calm at the mall, right? Like it should be. Police could be seen stopping and talking with young folks and asked them for their ID or their parents. At about 5:48 p.m., they talked with a mall staffer who told them they'd been clearing the mall of people under 18 and without a guardian since 3 p.m. And then shortly before shots rang out, you overhear police saying they needed more hands on deck. Then the gunshot. Sheer terror erupting throughout the mall, people scrambling for safety and police sprinting into action.
Hey! Get your hand out!
An officer begins chasing who they believe is the teen suspect, who police say accidentally fired shots in the mall. You can see the officer chasing the teen through the mall. Entire time, the officer is yelling at the teen to stop and heed his commands. You can also hear people screaming as well, but no go as the foot chase continues through Dick's Sporting Goods. Now, the officer begins yelling at the young man again, saying he would tase him if he doesn't stop. Young man never slows down. The officer finally makes it to the parking lot where it appears he lost the juvenile in that parking lot. Police then pan out looking for the suspect and asking who was shot. From there, the officer continues scouting the scene, and the staff at Dick's point out to police a trail of blood through the store. All of this as a scanner goes off saying someone is shot and a kid they chased has blood on him. Now, the officer says on body cam he tried to tase the teen. That didn't work. Meanwhile, officers find a female with a gunshot wound to her left leg. She was getting aid in the parking lot at DSW and appeared stunned and in disbelief. From body cam video, police told the teen she will be okay. We'll continue to follow the story and give more updates on air and on web. For now, I'm Dan Cummins reporting in studio, WTOL 11. Jeff?
Now we continue our team coverage now. We wanted to know exactly how the community feels about all of this, if it'll change their plans to shop at Franklin Park in the future. Laura Sandlin was on that assignment for us. Laura, you got some surprising reactions today.
Yeah, Jeff, I did, and people were pretty split on whether or not to visit the mall in the future. Some say that they're never going back, while others say, unfortunately, it's just a part of normal life in Toledo. And a day after Christmas, and many stores like here at the Franklin Park Mall were busy with shoppers and those looking to make returns. But it quickly turned scary, and panic ensued after gunshots rang out. Toledo Mayor Wade Kapsakavich tells WTOL 11 TPD's initial investigation determined it was an accidental shooting, which took place inside the mall.
I was definitely nervous. We were nervous that they were going to find a way into Cold Stone, which they nearly did. They were hiding in one of the dumpsters behind us. So it was definitely a little nerve-wracking.
Thelman was working at Cold Stone Creamery on Talmadge Road when the alleged shooter was reportedly arrested in the dumpster behind the store. She says she was worried that they would be able to get in and that the situation left her terrified to go to the mall in the future.
I definitely don't feel as safe as I did before. I would never go there alone with just my friends or anything. And seeing a movie makes me nervous because it could be late at night.
Others we spoke to said that they weren't shocked but are disappointed with the way things have turned out. However, Franklin Park is the only indoor mall in the city of Toledo, leaving many feeling like the only option is to return or go somewhere else.
I'm not a big mall fan anyway, and I know there's been some problems there.
Sadly, it is like becoming a normalized thing to hear gun violence and they see people shooting, and it's just becoming a normalized thing. And it's really disappointing because I like to think that Toledo was decent, you know? But now I can see like it's really going downhill.
And it's important to note right now that the Franklin Park Mall has a youth holiday supervision policy in place until January 5th. So that means all visitors age 17 and under must be accompanied by an adult at all times or a supervising person 21 years of age or older. And back over to you, Jeff.
Laura, thanks. For more information on our past coverage of this incident and any new details that come in, be sure to check out our website, of course, WTOL.com. Also, make sure you download the WTOL 11 app.